What just kinda disappeared without people noticing? Payphones. I never saw one get removed, yet they just disappeared. 3D TVs. I remember several years back, when 3D TVs were being heavily promoted. I watched a golf tournament and an F1 car race in 3D, and it was spectacular. 3D movies I can take or leave, but I caught some of the 2010 World Cup in 3D at a Best Buy, and it was spectacular. It was a bit like watching a video game, but at the same time I very much felt like I could have been there in the stadium. The day ESPN gave up on 3D was a sad one for me. Had 3D sports taken off, I might still be a cable, satellite subscriber. I watched some of the Olympic events on my son's VR headset. It was kind of cool, but not anywhere close to the experience of the 3D TV. Rofl dropped off of the face of the planet, and now we just go straight from lol to lamau. Taylor Lautner. Waterbeds. I scrolled through 16,000's comments looking for waterbeds. Didn't see it and saw my chance. Buying a new game and having a thick chunky manual filled with game lore, which you would read before playing and so heighten the anticipation of the game itself. I remember on the drive home with a new game, opening it up and speed reading the manual with so much excitement to start playing. Anyone remember spinning rims on cars? We hooked you up with 4 35-inch chrome spinners, dog. Glare screens for monitors. Acid rain. The uproar around devices always listening. Xbox One Kinect was an uproar, and now you pretty much can't buy a device that isn't always listening. Alicia Silverstone. She was in everything in the late 90s, then she was gone. Probably wanted a family that didn't include Harvey Weinstein. Cream savers. Those were so effing good. I don't understand why they went away. My kingdom for some goddamn orange creams. Landlines in residences. The jacks are still in almost any house, but I rarely see anything plugged in anymore. The only people I can think of with them are all over 60. Flash games made just for the fun of it. The younger generation probably does not even remember, but the 2000s were the era of flash games. There were so many games created and practically none of them had in-game purchases. Nowadays, every single flash game has the main agenda to get you to buy its in-app purchases. I miss the days of Defend Your Castle, Stick or Peek, etc. 3D Doritos. The year is 1998. You got your 3D Doritos and a can of Surge. You are watching Power Rangers and life is perfect. Then you decide to play either Ocarina of Time or Metal Gear Solid, depending on the console you own. Then get 5 minutes into whatever game before mom's yelling at you to go outside and play. So you ride your bike to your friend's house, knock on the door, and ask if such and such can play. Then you go inside and play video games with your friend, because Shane's parents let him play video games whenever he wants, and I wish I could go live with them, Mom. Ownership. We used to pay money and then the thing actually belonged to us. Now everything is rented or leased. Everything is sold as a service. Music as a service, movies as a service, software as a service, even printer ink as a service. We spend and spend and in the end we hold nothing in our hands. Edit. You can also subscribe to clothes. Wear new clothes every month but never own them. You can also subscribe to cars. Clothes as a service, cars as a service. Those in-home intercom systems. Yik yak. They made it no longer anonymous and everybody bailed. It was lightning in the bottle, already on the decline before they made usernames and stuff. It has a very Fed-like appeal. To get strong daily users you need to build a network, and that also makes it more monetizable. But that clashes with the appeal of the app, so I think it was doomed for the life it had. UFO footage and or ghost recordings, considering the amount people with cameras phones these days. Hotel keys that were not a plastic credit card. Burning, copying CDs and DVDs. It was huge for a few years, but then streaming services just ate up the market so completely that no one really bothered with it anymore. Plus HDD storage is so cheap, nowadays you don't need to burn your pirated movies to free up space anymore, and if you want to watch it on your TV, you can do so without plopping a DVD in a player. PB Crisps was one of the most delicious snacks back in the early 90s. I would try to get a bag for myself at least once a week whenever my mom would take us along for grocery shopping. Then one day it was just gone. Being a kid in the early 90s with no internet also meant no answers on why they discontinued one of my most flavorful childhood memories. Until next time, PB Crisps. Until next time. I was just thinking about how much I missed these things the other day. The 90s were the golden age of junk, snack food, and for a shining moment we had what amounted to fried corn filled with peanut butter, and it was glorious. Door-to-door sales, owned a house for 7 years in a respectable neighborhood, and not one visit, which I am fine with. As a kid, people were always coming around trying to sell stuff, books, magazines, vacuums, knives, encyclopedias, religion, even kids selling candy and popcorn. It's all on Facebook now. The voice-over movie trailers. The original movie voice guy died, and so did that style of movie trailer. Those clowns that used to chase people around in 2016. That was a weird month. Any talk about the Panama Papers? It's weird, this is stuff we have literally been joking about for decades. If someone's rich, it's automatically assumed they are doing that. And yet there is suddenly outrage when a few names get leaked, then it dies down and nothing changes. Privacy. It astonishes me that this isn't a bigger thing. Imagine if the post office announced that they were going to open and read your mail and then sell the information to companies so that they could send you junk mail. We need a privacy bill of rights. That one year, when every other commercial on TV was DraftKings. MapQuest printouts. No printout ever told me to go in a circle for times. CD slots in computers. I only noticed a couple months back that my current computer does not have one. Of course, I only needed it once in years, if not longer. MP3 players, slowly replaced by phones. Taio Cruz used to have some absolute bangers, and was pretty popular at one point, but the last big video by him was like 5 years ago on YouTube. What happened to the guy? They say he bought a bunch of land somewhere. Pubes in porn sort of just disappeared in the late 90s to where hairless, or just a landing strip was the norm, even in real life. What's interesting is that they are quietly making a comeback, again both in porn and real life. Buying a $60 game, and getting the whole game. Smoking sections in restaurants. Thank God, because they were not effective. Cigarette smoke isn't going to magically stop diffusing to certain areas, because someone put up a non-smoking section sign. Those quirky songs that were internet phenomenons, i.e., Gangnam Style, Friday, What Does the Fox Say? Fun fact, when Psy was approached to perform at the Olympics last year, he declined because he didn't want to continue to perform Gangnam Style and have that continue to represent the music of his country. Primatene mist inhalers. I sure the fuck noticed because I have asthma and use them regularly. Know what else disappeared at the same time? Generic albuterol rescue inhalers. Oh, you can still get albuterol for about 5 times what it used to cost. Albuterol has been around since the 70s. Yet today in the United States, there is no generic albuterol inhaler. It simply disappeared, along with Primatene mist, the only over-the-counter inhaler on the market. It's really pretty fucked up. Shopping malls as more than a place to go to buy things. Growing up, they were an epicenter for socializing, getting exercise on a bad day, window shopping, actual shopping, or eating. Now they are dying in and dignified death. There is significantly less quality, busy malls. The zeitgeist has definitely moved past the idea of the mall that I grew up with. All those stupid trends like dabbing, fidget spinners and stupid Facebook challenges, to no one but they just disappeared. Thanks for watching. Share your opinion in the comments. Please support the channel by liking and subscribing. It will help a lot.